Hello, YouTube family and friends. This is Neek. I'm back at you guys with another video. This video is regarding my favorite man. I don't care how anyone feel about him. I still love R.Kelly, the person R.Kelly, the inside of R.Kelly, or whatever. But I just love R.Kelly as a person, as a singer. And like I've said before in my previous video about R.Kelly, if R.Kelly did the things that was said that he's done, I do not uphold that. But until he's proven guilty, then, hey, we just have to wait and see. But anyway, here's R.Kelly's assistant for 16 years speaking about R.Kelly. So let's see what she has to say. I've already listened to it, but I want y'all to listen to it. If y'all have not subscribed to my video, please subscribe to this video, guys. Just hit the little subscribe button. That's all you have to do. Y'all share this video and y'all like this video. Get this video a thumbs up. This is R.Kelly, you guys. This is R.Kelly's assistant. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear the video, guys.
Musician R.Kelly, now his executive assistant of 16 years, is telling our Michael Strahan about what she says she saw inside Kelly's homes, including his live-in girlfriends and female visitors. So here's Michael Strahan.
It's the bombshell trial making headlines. R&B superstar R. Kelly in federal court. At various points over the span of nearly 2 decades, allegations from sex trafficking to child pornography have swirled around R. Kelly, but he has not been found guilty of any crimes. The singer, now back in court and claiming his innocence again, pleading not guilty to multiple federal charges, including racketeering and sexual abuse.
There were women always, coming at him.
Diana Copeland served as R. Kelly's executive assistant off and on for 16 years, taking the stand, sharing details from her experience working in his homes.
I believe I can fly.
At the time, Kelly was one of the biggest selling male artists and music producers. His hit song, I Believe I Can Fly, winning him 3 Grammys. And what was it like working for him?
It was incredible.
I love this assistant, y'all. I love her.
In Houston, and then the next day I might be on the set of Lady Gaga.
How would you describe him as a person?
He's charismatic, and I think that's one of the reasons why people kind of say he has 2 personalities, because when you meet him, he has, he's a really personable person. If you see him angry, that's a whole different person.
Inside Kelly's homes where she worked, Copeland said there were rules, like guests were not allowed to roam the homes. Where did they all stay?
Yeah, he would have live-in girlfriends. They had their own rooms. Guests would just come, maybe sit in the studio with him. But the live-in girlfriends, they had their own rooms.
There were moments where they were restricted, though, of moving around the house. They had to ask for permission to leave their room to move around the house. Could you tell me about that?
He had the 3 properties, and those properties, there was a certain decorum that was expected. He pretty much didn't want not just the girls to move around, but he didn't want anybody to be able to just roam his house, like a museum. So if they were in their rooms or wherever they were, permission was required to
leave your room. So you're a living girlfriend, you're a guest in the house, and you go to your room and you stay there until you're told that you can leave your room.
Well, I'm talking about the main part of the house, right? So nobody is able to roam. As far as in their room, I don't know that they had to ask permission.
But if they wanted to leave their room, they had to be escorted. Is that how it worked? You have to ask permission to leave your room?
No, I don't know of permission. permission to leave the room. But I do know, I don't think anybody was escorted from their room.
So you were never asked to like walk someone from one room to the other?
Oh, never.
As executive assistant, Copeland said she had freedoms other guests didn't, but she said that everyone was required to knock on the wall when entering a space to announce their presence. Copeland says that rule was put in place by R. Kelly's ex-wife, but stayed in place after their divorce.
And so, let me tell y'all
when
this.
I first started working,
the ex-wife, I told y'all before on my previous video, I do not like that ex-wife. Now, she tried to make like she's so against whatever was going on with R. Kelly. Like, she's so upset. She went against him in every way that she could. She even tried to get their kids to go against R. Kelly. But R. Kelly's daughter said she will not side with her mom. She loves her dad. She hates all the rumors that's going on about her dad. She doesn't believe any of the rumors about her dad, and she said her dad has not been found guilty of anything. So, but that wife, Andrea Adrian, whatever her name is, I cannot stand her. I can't stand her, y'all. But here she is, the assistant, saying that she, the one put in the rule about the knocking on the door, knocking on the wall or whatever, to let someone know that you're coming or coming in that space or come whatever. But yeah, Andrea, I can't stand her, R. Kelly's ex-wife. But again, here we go. Here go the rest of the video.
for Robert, I asked that very same question because I had noticed that, his ex-wife would do that. So I did ask him that question. And he said, listen, I have people in my house 24 hours a day. I have workers in my house 24 hours a day. The least that everybody can do is just not to let me know you're there. And so I understood that.
That didn't come across as a little odd?
No, it didn't.
Really?
It did not. I mean, I know that celebrities have unique rules based on their likes and their dislikes. He doesn't like mustard on his hamburger. And that's odd to me too. But I did it. This is his home. He wants us to knock. It wasn't a big deal for me.
Copeland says she was asked to accompany his guests on outings. She says during shopping trips, the women often didn't interact with male salespeople.
They asked me during the trial, did you notice their reaction with males? And I did. They didn't want to speak to the males. In fact, sometimes they would ask me to interact with the males.
So they didn't want to speak to the males, or were they told not to speak to the males?
Well, that piece I can't speak to because I don't know if they were told, but I would say that you can pretty much surmise that that was probably the case.
She also said Kelly made her call multiple Ubers for the girls if the drivers were male.
Robert eventually realized that Uber drivers, you can't pick the gender. So he eventually stopped asking about that.
She says while outside a fitness center waiting for Kelly to work out, she was in a van with multiple women, and one of his girlfriends needed to use the restroom, but she says refused to go because she did not have permission from Kelly. Was she afraid of him? Was she afraid that if she removed or went to the bathroom that she would be in trouble?
That's, a question, I guess, for her. But what I can say is this. There are certain rules that are put in place for safety because when he gets out of the vehicle, he's highly recognizable. So now whomever gets out of that vehicle, there's a spotlight, a target on that person.
The knocking on the wall, the no speaking to men, the texting to use the bathroom, none of that raised an alarm for you. You didn't think any of that was a little strange.
I know Robert, the family man, the businessman, but his personal life is Robert's personal life. So my job stops at the threshold of his bedroom door.
Copeland says multiple living girlfriends and other women would visit his homes, and one of her jobs is making their travel arrangements. In court, Kelly has been accused by some women of traveling them across state lines when they were underage. Another alleged victim telling the jury she was even held captive for several days. Diana maintains she didn't see anything like that. When you're making travel arrangements, of course, you need the date of birth. So how old were these women?
They ranged in ages, but none of them were underage.
So no minors?
No minors.
No one under 18?
No one under 18. In fact, when this case came up, I'm reading that women are locked up and, kidnapped and these things of that nature. And that's not what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anybody that's trying to leave or any locked doors.
And while you worked for him, he was up on 21 counts of child pornography. Did that ever concern you?
When he was acquitted, the world immediately understood that he was acquitted.
In 2018, Copeland was named in a civil complaint pending against R.Kelly. The accuser saying Kelly used Copeland to enforce his rules. Allegations he denies. She alleges that Kelly locked her in secluded areas, rooms, studios, motor vehicles, as punishment, and that he would instruct you to, quote, stand guard outside the door. What is your response to that?
So I can't speak to her experience with him, but I can speak to the piece that mentions me. That is absolutely impossible. Anybody that knows me knows that I would never do anything like that.
While testifying, Copeland was asked about an incident where Kelly confronted her about letting a woman, quote, escape. So when he said escape, what went through your mind?
There was an employee that was trying to start trouble. She calls him. She says, Diana let Anna escape. And he comes to me and tells me exactly what that person says. And I said to him, that was concerning to me. Like, why would you say that? But that, I want to make very clear, those were words that he was using from someone who had called him.
Because if someone used the word escape, I think somebody's been held against their will. And
Absolutely.
found a way to escape and get out from it.
Yes. He's never asked me or anyone else that I know to make sure, women don't leave. Every woman that's left has walked right out the door.
Copeland testified on cross-examination at trial that the year she worked for him, Kelly never tried to prevent someone from leaving or asked her or anyone else to try to prevent someone from leaving. During the latest trial, Copeland herself was named as someone who took part in the alleged mistreatment, but denies it. And one woman testified that you took her for an STD test. Was that part of your duties? Is that something that happened?
That I don't even recall that, so.
She even said that you withheld the results from her.
First of all, let me just say, they don't give results to other people. But I have no recollection of it.
Did he ever ask you to recruit women for him?
He's never asked me, but at the time, I'm only saying that he was R.Kelly, a mega superstar. He needed no help. Absolutely no help to recruit women or to get women.
That's
Is there
right.
anything that you think you could have, would have done differently?
Looking back, I think that I would have done things the same way I did. I don't think that anything that I did was wrong, and I also don't think that anything that I could have done would have changed what Robert did. I can only control Diana.
Hi everyone, George
her, y'all.
Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking.
So yeah, y'all, what's going on with this? Yeah, y'all, so y'all like, share, and subscribe if y'all haven't subscribed already to my video. Yeah, tell me leave a comment and let me know what y'all think. Y'all give this video a thumbs up. Bye.